welcome to CHSAA Alumni Talk. I'm your host, Heather Lindstedt, graduate of 1985 and also the Capital Campaign Director for the Chelmsford High School Alumni Association. Today, I'm joined by Mr. George Simonian, Jennifer Liss Bellissimo for the class of 1984, and Lindsay Ambrosino from the class of 2018, going to be a grad. Today we're here and so excited to talk about scholarships that are provided by the Chelmsford Alumni Association. We celebrated another evening on Monday night, and
20th.
It was the 20th?
Wow.
And from those 20 years, obviously every year is a great year and we get bigger and better.
That's right.
So where did we start and where are we at right now?
It all started back in 90, I would say 89, 90.
When the
When the Alumni Association
started.
got officially started, okay? And it was actually the brainchild of George Parkhurst, because he lived across the street from me, and a very strong alumnus. And he always said, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And so I said, well, we're going to try to connect alumni and this and that and a lot of other things. So he said, well, we got to do something more than that. So we used to talk about when you're cutting grass, you get off his tractor, I get off mine. So then one day he comes to me and he says, I got a great idea. He says, why don't you do something for the kids? I said, well, good. I says, scholarships. I says, George, that's a great idea. Let's do scholarships for the kids. He says, let me think about that. I'll get back to you. A couple of days later, he comes over and he says, look, he says, we got to raise some money. I said, well, yeah, that's the whole idea. He said, so he had a fundraiser. He sent postcards out to a lot of his buddies, and he was very disappointed. He didn't get much money. He got some. He said, this is something wrong here. So then, about a month later, he comes back and he says, I got an idea. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start it with special scholarships. Okay?
Yep.
He says, what we'll try to do is we'll try to get an individual or group or whatever, give us $5,000. We'll put that in the bank, and what that earns will be the scholarship.
Right.
I said, good. I said, well, we got to get the first $5,000. He says, I'll get back to you. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, he's knocking on the door. He says, here's $5,000. He says, well, this will be the first scholarship. I said, good. What are we going to? I said, well, I said to him, we'll call this the George Parkhurst Scholarship. He said, yes, that sounds good. He says, that sounds good.
So we have a recipient of that.
That was the first scholarship, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I bring it up to everybody. I mean, when you were up there 5 times on Monday night, and George, though, I mean, obviously Parkhurst was the leader of it. When you kind of reflect on it, and I know you haven't had too much time, but when you heard that you were getting these scholarships, or let's go back a minute, when you started to apply for them, and there's many, right? We're up to 124 scholarships. Yeah. When you looked at it and you were kind of thinking about, okay, I'm going to apply for these, like, well, kind of run us through the process, like what you were really thinking, and when you think about it, have you matched the names with some of the accomplishments that they've had?
So when I started looking at it, my guidance counselor brought in the scholarships to us and told us about them, and we went on and applied. And there's just so many when you look down the list. You can look to see which ones apply to you, check them off, and there's just so many, and it's so exciting to see all the scholarships that are available to us and all the things that we could possibly get. Yeah. And it was a pretty easy process, too, for the application. And the scholarships themselves are really awesome. I got one even had a little note that came with it from the family. It's a really new scholarship, and it talked about who they were dedicating it to, and it was just a really cool experience to see.
Which one was that one?
I think it was the Lucy one.
Yeah,
Richard Lucy.
Is that?
Oh, Luce.
Luce, yeah.
Richard Luce. He was a teacher at the high school.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I had
Long-time teacher.
Yeah.
So Jennifer, like, when you think about it, he just said the scholarship started in 91, so there really wasn't an opportunity for you in 94.
No,
But
there wasn't.
So when all of a sudden now you're going back to school.
Yes.
And what made you think like, oh, I can go to the Alumni Association and actually get a scholarship? And
I actually know the McSheehy's because I went to school with their daughter, Katie.
Yeah.
So when Katie started putting stuff out, it's funny, I wasn't aware of the scholarship night or anything like that, but through the newsletters and through joining and just talk, I'm like, oh, I'll just go on and look and see what they're all about. And then I saw opportunities for alumni, and being in a doctorate program, it certainly helps. So I was like, well, I'll apply. I'll see what happens. I'm kind of old, but you know, you never know.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah. And what, did you get the scholarship, or did your daughter get the first scholarship from the Alumni Association?
I got the first one
Okay.
last year, and she got one last year, but then
Yeah.
I got one again this year.
Well, you actually got two, right?
Yes, I got two. Well, last year was a little competition because she got a few scholarships last year.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so.
So when you think
Probably-
about it, and you're living in Chelmsford now too,
Yes.
right? And you're
Yep.
a police officer for 18 years.
Yep.
And have you thought about, or when you talk to friends that might have moved out of the town of Chelmsford, classmates and stuff, I mean, can you talk a little bit about what you feel like the camaraderie? Because I think the scholarships kind of brings that. And I think that's the expectation of the Alumni Association. You get a scholarship, you're always going to remember that.
Yes.
And you're always going to want to give back. And certainly we're going to always want to try to help the students as much as we can. So do you feel like that Chelmsford is kind of unique in that situation, like when you talk to friends, or just the fact that you did get a scholarship?
Yeah, I do. You know, because it's funny. Whenever we have reunions, it's amazing how many classmates come back for reunions, and it's getting the newsletters and seeing what people are doing and having opportunities for things down the road, like if you were to return to school as an adult learner.
Yeah.
And it is unique. It's very unique. Even like reading the program the other night, I'm always impressed by the number of alumni who apply and who do get scholarships. So it's a lifetime, I figure the Alumni Association just isn't for current graduates. It's a lifelong commitment to the alumni,
Right.
which is
Well
kind of
said.
neat.
Well said. Well said.
But it is neat, you know? I mean, like you were saying earlier, I read in the newspaper other alumni associations have scholarship nights, and it's all current graduates, and I think that's phenomenal for everybody. But it's that lifelong commitment, and I think that's what keeps people involved in these nights.
Now, you've talked about George Parkhurst, and he
Yeah.
just said, hey, here's $5,000 and here's a scholarship. But talk about one of those wonderful ones that you know, just it was
But see, I would like to use his just as an example, because when he started, then he came along and he said, this is not enough. So he added another 5. So it became a $10,000 scholarship. Now, we invest, it's all invested, and we only give what the scholarship earns, what the endowment fund, so to speak, earns. Lately, it's only been earning about 3%. So his $10,000 only brings in $300. 2 years ago, when we finally gave his added up, we gave away his $10,000.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this year it went up to 10,006. The point is, but his 10,000 is still in the bank.
Yeah.
See, we've given away his money, so to speak, okay? But his money is still there. And that's the beauty of the endowment fund that we have.
Yeah.
Okay? The money that people give us to form a scholarship stays intact.
And what about the biggest scholarship that you have? I mean, where that came from?
Oh, that's a beautiful. I don't know how much. I can talk forever about these scholarships.
Right, but this is one of
But
the ones.
let me
right.
talk about the one that Mark Cooley started.
Yep.
Okay. The class of '97. Okay. In the fall of '46, they had a football team. It was so. Two fellows on that team became quite friendly. A linebacker by the name of Mark Cooley and a tackle, a guy by the name of Jeff Huru. Graduated together, kept their friendships along. Well, Jeff Huru got sick and passed away. Mark Cooley took it bad. A couple of years later, I get a phone call. Hello, Mrs. Simone, this is Mark Cooley. You probably don't know me. Whatever. I said, well, I remember you from, whatever. He says, I miss Jeff, and he says, I want to do something. I says, come on down, we'll have a cup of coffee, and we'll talk about it. He came to the house, we sat down, and I told him, I says, can you raise enough money to have a scholarship? Oh, he says, that's not a problem, Mrs. Simone. He ran 10 consecutive, 10-yearly annual golf tournaments, raised $122,000.
That's crazy.
$122,000. That's there, and that's the Jeff Huru scholarships are 3 of them, football players,
Yeah.
okay, that are going on, whatever, okay. What a great thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's something. Excuse me,
Yeah.
and that's something that tells you something about a CHS grad.
Yep.
But it also tells you that he's smart because he went back to school as a fire chief, and Mark,
Yep.
as
Yeah.
an alum and going
Yep.
to school,
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
also
In fact,
applied and got a scholarship. So
last year, in fact, he got one of the general scholarships last year.
right, he did. So tell me, you've got these scholarships. Where I know where you're off to, but tell the general public, to be the valedictorian, to represent Chelmsford High School. Tell us about what your expectations are, how you feel like you're going to spend your money, and what your path career into college is going to be.
Yeah, so next year I'm headed to Worcester Polytechnic Institute, WPI, up in Worcester. I'm going to study biomedical engineering. And, college isn't too cheap these days, so
Hardly.
these scholarships will definitely help take some of that cost off for me and my family. And in the future, after that, just want to become an engineer and help some people out in the world and make some cool
And
things.
probably get more scholarships.
Probably
'cause
get
you're
more
planning-
scholarships because I have people applying.
Go to grad school.
While you're there, you may run across, a professor, Clancy, Dr. Clancy, CHS graduate.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He's one of the Clancys, He's a big family of Clancys, Ted Clancy. If you run across him, you go up and you make sure you introduce yourself to him, okay?
Yeah.
Please do that, okay?
Yeah.
I'll hear if you did. He'll tell me, okay?
Yeah.
He's one of a very proud
Yeah.
graduate.
I
I'm very
think I
proud
know
of
his
him.
brother. One
Oh,
of his
yeah.
brothers, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know why?
It's Jack
'Cause-
Clancy. Jack Clancy's younger brother.
Well, Bob,
Bob Clancy.
because
Oh, Bob Clancy was there last
Yeah.
night.
Bob, because he helped her with her baseball. She was
Yeah.
a baseball player.
Well, he was there
before
last
she was a
night.
Yeah.
softball
Yeah,
player.
Yeah, we were talking to
Another-
him last night.
Great family. Great family.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, but
definitely.
you'll run across Ted Clancy.
Okay.
You should.
So she already has half the
Good. You-
a seventh of the family. I think
Yes.
there's 8 in that
Very
that
good.
family
Good.
and
Good.
this kind of thing.
And good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
So same thing. I mean, what's the whole thing? So you went to UMass Lowell, which was there as many Chelmsford grads there when you went in
Yeah,
around
there
94?
were quite a few.
And did you stay on campus?
No, I commuted.
Yeah.
And just studied criminal justice, and then 2
Yeah.
weeks after I graduated, I was accepted into the police academy for the Chelmsford Police and started a career there.
Yeah. And so what made you go back to school?
A few things. My role at the police department, I was out in the community a lot, so I was able to identify some unique features of the community, and I just wanted more education.
Yep.
I also have a daughter in the school system who has some learning struggles, so in order to better advocate for her, I needed to go back to school to know how to advocate. And then I just got to the point where trying to juggle a doctorate program and a career in law enforcement was too much, so I decided to make the jump and leave the police department after 18 years and go full-time for my doctorate.
Good for you.
So now you're at Riviera College, and
Yes.
what made you decide that? I mean, just local, or
It's-
just the program that you wanted, or?
The program's a very small program, which I have a better learning style for, and then it's very convenient because it's right up the street, so I'm not dealing with Boston traffic and taking more time away from my family. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing, and now I'm working as a clinical intern at Lighthouse School in North Chelmsford,
Good.
and attending night classes.
That's a great place.
Yes, I love it.
Great place.
You know, some
Great
of,
work.
some of the events, get a little tiresome, but every time I talk about the scholarship night, could you just tell, I mean, as Mr. Simonian said, and I know I'm supposed to call him George, but I'm still not there yet. He was my principal.
Yep.
He taught my parents biology. I just can't get there. Just talk about what a wonderful night, or how you felt like just there. And I mean, I saw you with a group of friends
Yeah.
and those kind of things, and just kind of describe, like, it's a camaraderie amongst CHS, well, future alum and alum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, just like the whole aura of that evening.
Yeah.
I mean, what was,
I mean, it's really just such a fun night. I mean, like you said, I was surrounded by all of my friends, and we were all getting scholarships, and just to know that everyone there is, being helped in some way by the Alumni Association, being given money so that they can go off to college and learn even more things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's toward the end of the year, our senior year, so we're getting ready to all go off our separate ways. So anytime we can all get together and just have a fun night is a great thing.
Yeah.
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 Lots of smiles.
Yeah, I think for me, the unique part was I was more so connecting with all the presenters
Okay.
because I've known them through school, growing up with them, and just working in the community. And then one feature that I thought was cool is I get to see the class of '94 scholarship presented. And
Yep.
again, it's that camaraderie that you
And that
forget
was the
about.
first class. That was the first class that I,
Yeah.
that I approached and said, "Hey, we want 500."
And of course, we had to say yes.
Yeah, but that didn't work all the time.
Yeah.
95
Yep,
dropped the ball.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 2000, I don't want to name them, but 2011 was one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay, well,
since
I
then,
know the class of 1985 has a scholarship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yes,
Yeah,
right. they
we
do.
lost one of our
63
we
has
lost one of our advisors.
Right, exactly.
So
Yeah,
we,
and it's named after her.
yes.
Yep.
In
Yep.
memory of her. Yeah.
Yeah.
right,
So so it's kind of an important thing.
And 63 has one because I have to admit that was my favorite class.
Yeah.
63. Yeah. Sorry, Bobby. Okay. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
but I think we're joining and doing different things. So now we have the scholarships, we've got the Hall of Fame, we've just introduced a new program, the SHARE program, which
Right.
is, you know, we're trying to get it going. We're alumni, and we're going to ask you to all come back and be a part of it and be mentors to the CHS students, and then
Help them out.
help them out and come back and be able to, when you sign up, tell them about the scholarships, because not everybody realizes how many we have. I mean, we have 124 and still growing, because there's some that,
5 more finish here. All right.
yeah, that came in, but they came in a little late, but
Yeah, that's
then
right.
we have
They'll
to
be
get them
finished here.
going.
Yep.
So we'll be up to about 129, and I think people don't realize, no matter how big or small it is.
Yeah. Mhm.
I think you said it the best, though, probably. It's more like the night, though, is like a nice salute, too, to
Yeah.
you and your teammates, classmates,
Yeah.
that I got this. I worked really hard for
Yeah.
it, and somebody's patting me on the back.
Yeah.
Like
It's definitely an honor in itself. Money aside, it's an honor just to get the awards.
get the award, right? And know that somebody was like, I am a proud alum, and I want you to be a proud alum,
Yeah.
you know, and those
Yeah.
kind of things. I think that's really kind of where it's at. Now, I can't talk about scholarships because they weren't around.
And you're right. And the donors themselves
Yes.
really. I'll give you another example. One of the scholarships, one of the gentlemen who comes there and gives out the scholarship, every year comes up earlier in the evening, comes to me, takes my hand, hands me an envelope, and in that envelope is a $1,000 check to be added to the principal of that scholarship. So that scholarship every year increases by 3% or whatever. Anyway.
Correct.
So that's why he's building his up, okay? And others do the same thing, okay? It's in the mail, okay? Some people add to the scholarship itself by making it a little bit bigger, okay? We call it an add-on. They send us a couple $100 to add on to it,
Yep.
okay? And okay, and that's one of the things we get. I sometimes look at. We call these things awards, not scholarships. Even though it's a scholarship, but what we're giving you is an award, so that don't tell the college you got this award, because they're gonna deduct it for whatever they give you, okay?
Yeah.
And because my alma mater, 3 years ago, I called them and I said, "You guys got some nerve. $70,000 a year."
Yeah, you
Trinity.
don't want to know what
Trinity.
WPI is.
Yeah, Trinity. And now it's even more. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I called him and
Yeah.
said, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Simone, you don't know what's going on. Okay, I said, well, okay, sorry about that. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's not cheap.
It's crazy.
It's going up.
So when you think about it, though, give us one of your favorite moments of Chelmsford High School.
I think it was my time with the volleyball team.
Okay.
Yeah, the bus rides after the games back into the back of the gym, where you'd start singing the Chelmsford High song and banging on the roof and getting all rowdy. That was by far something that, like, clear as day. And when I was picking my daughter up when she was in high school, and you'd hear that coming down the driveway, it just, I don't know, brought back memories.
And now we don't have the speed bump.
Yeah, no, I know.
So that's really even
that
better.
takes all the fun out of the back of the
It
bus.
does.
My idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you're banging on the
Yep.
top
I
of the
don't,
roof,
I don't
Yeah.
get it. I
and then you
know.
hit the speed
Sorry.
bump,
Yeah.
forget about it. You
Your head's the thing banging
Yeah,
on top
yeah.
of the roof.
your
Yeah.
teammates are like, whoa, what happened?
I know.
And so you haven't really left. right? So you haven't got through the prom and the whole thing.
Yeah.
But like, what would be a moment for you that you'll never forget at CHS?
I mean, not to steal your thunder or anything, but I have to say the teams have been on the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, being on a team in high school, it's a special thing.
Yeah.
You know, being with
Right,
a group
right.
of girls, no matter what your differences are, you have the sport that you're playing in common,
Yeah.
and you're all working toward the same goal. It's really awesome.
And do you think participating in sports though made you more of a dynamic academic student, or
Yeah,
because
definitely,
of organizing your schedule, or is that just how you've always been? Didn't matter if you played sports.
I think just being busy in general, is, like especially playing sports, just keeps you on a schedule and makes you be efficient in what you're doing. Can't procrastinate something because you don't have time.
Right.
So you're just staying on top of everything, and I think it's really helpful.
Time management.
I think it rewinds to the fact, though, that your guidance counselor said apply for these scholarships and you didn't forget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
And you took time to do it, because that's where some students,
Yeah.
and I hope their parents are watching. I hope
like
the
said,
parents are
there were
watching.
5
and say,
scholarships that we didn't give this year because
No.
Yeah.
I know I'm on my daughter about that.
Right.
as she's finishing up her freshman year at Suffolk, I got right on her. I'm like, you need to apply.
yeah.
Right.
It's the worst they say, no,
Yeah.
but you never
Correct.
know what you're going to get,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. And I mean, how much time does it really take? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's worth it.
It's very
As,
worth it.
as I said, it doesn't matter how much money. It's the biggest payment you'll get in how much? It took you less than an hour, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So think about how much you just made an hour. In 1 hour. That's pretty good, right?
It's pretty good.
Now, you've
Yes.
worked before. I don't know how
Yeah,
much money you made
yeah.
in your first 1 hour, but
Yeah, not that much.
not much, right? So we all work hard.
Even,
so.
even though the minimum is $150, that's the minimum. Okay,
Yep.
go for it.
Yeah.
Well, if
It'll buy a pair of shoes or a hat or
book.
If in 1 hour I could make $150 an hour, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
You know, so
I never
that's the
did.
thing.
But anyway, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, anyway, so I've got to wish you all the best. I mean,
you.
have you signed up for classes yet, or is that in the summer?
It's coming up. It's coming up soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Working on finding roommates and setting up housing, and classes will
Good.
be signed up with soon.
Now, are there other CHS students heading to WPI?
Yeah, there's a handful. I think there's
Is
about
there?
5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
So
be
you think you'll bump into them?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Along the way.
Did you? And you said at UMass Lowell you bumped into
Yeah,
plenty.
I did.
So
Quite a
now,
few.
when do you finish your degree?
I have 3 more academic semesters left, and then next summer I'll leave for my residency, and then I'm hoping to walk in May of 2020.
Wow,
So, yeah.
that's congratulations. And
Thank you.
so how long have you been in school right now for the program?
It'll be 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll have a doctorate in 4 years.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's crazy.
good for you.
And
Yeah.
so your daughters, right, are challenging. They're chasing you now, academically.
Yeah, that's pretty much the thing.
You set
But
the standard.
Yeah. Well, you know, I gotta be up
Well,
there.
we're going to have more scholarships.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to keep
I'm
building.
out there beating the pad.
Yeah.
We're going to keep building it and make sure that we have it and moving
Definitely.
forward. So,
It'd be nice to give back too after
That's the whole
I
idea.
get through everything.
I hope
Right.
so.
Yes.
well, okay. Well, right now your way of giving back is to go back online at chsalumni.org and sign up for Share. Okay, because we need mentors too.
Okay.
And you've gotten scholarships, and you can talk to juniors, sophomores, anybody that
And,
signs
you-
up
and your
for the
experiences
program
are
and get them done.
worth sharing.
Okay. Thank you.
But again, I'd like to thank Lindsay, Jennifer, and Mr. Simonian / George for being part of Alumni Talk. Congratulations again. I know everybody. Congratulations to you too, because it was another fantastic night. But
Great night.
For everybody watching the show today, thank you for joining us. We hope that you will continue to go to chsalumni.org and continue to give back, or find things that you can be a part of. We've got a lot of upcoming events coming up, and we want to continue to do the right thing and have more information on how we can help the students of Chelmsford High. I mean, that's our biggest goal, is to make sure that we take care of our own, so that everybody has the same experiences. We know that colleges are getting more expensive every year. And if we can do our part as an alumni association and to keep people connected, because that's the other thing that you always want. Through Chelmsford High, there's great networking opportunities that you can all take advantage of. So again, check out the website. We do have a Facebook page. But again, everybody continue to roar in the classroom and make CHS proud. So thank you again for everybody that's joined us at CHS Alumni Talk. I thank you and say good night.
Good night.
So anyways, go
Okay,
ahead.
when-
You can
when
finish your
we're-
story.
Are we still on?
Well, you
No.
can.
Yep.
we're
I
always
want
on.
to tell you about one.